the British royal family's Easter Sunday gathering in 2026 at St George's Chapel on the Windsor estate unfolded without the presence of the former Prince Andrew, signalling a definitive public demarcation of his position within the institution. While King Charles, Queen Camilla, Prince William and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, along with their children and other senior royals, attended the traditional Matin service, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor spent the day in solitude on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk. Photographs captured Andrew behind the wheel of a car with 2 dogs beside him, appearing fatigued and surprised, as he observed Easter completely on his own. His ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, was not present, nor were their daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. This stark isolation contrasted sharply with Easter 2025, when the 4 members of the York family had sod together as part of the wider royal assembly, underscoring Andrew's current status as a persona non grata within the royal circle. The absence of Andrew and his immediate family from the Windsor celebrations was not merely a logistical oversight, but rather a profound public indication that the individual, once known as Prince Andrew, has been systematically distanced from the core functions and public representation of the monarchy. This separation culminated from a series of significant events preceding Easter Sunday. Early February 2026 saw the release of a new collection of Jeffrey Epstein-related documents in the public domain, which royal observers characterized as profoundly compromising for Andrew. Within days of these disclosures, he was compelled to vacate Royal Lodge, the 30-room mansion that had served as his residence for many years. Speaking Fox News Digital, Hilary Fordwich next explained that Andrew's departure, initially slated to occur around Easter, was brought forward and, in her words, executed during the hours of darkness. Fordwich stated plainly the outlet that Prince William had reportedly expressed a long-standing desire for Andrew be as geographically removed from Windsor as feasible. She further added that this ousting served as further confirmation of Andrew's diminished status as a persona non grata, asserting that there is no coming back for him. British broadcaster Helena Chard, also speaking Fox News Digital, offered her perspective, noting it was no surprise that Andrew has departed in darkness, given that Royal Lodge is in public view and timing is critical. Andrew's relocation him Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate, where he is residing temporarily while renovations are completed on Marsh Farm, the property designated as his long-term abode. Both properties are situated discreetly within the Norfolk estate, far removed from the public-facing royal engagements he previously undertook. This period of transition was further marked by a significant development on February 19, his 66th birthday, when Andrew was apprehended at Sandringham on charges of misconduct in public office. He has maintained his innocence regarding these allegations. The United Kingdom's Crown Prosecution Service is currently offering direct guidance law enforcement officials investigating Andrew's connections, the late convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. Concurrently, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has publicly urged Andrew provide testimony before the United States Congress. By the time Easter Sunday arrived on April 5, the royal family faced a distinct decision regarding their public presentation to the nation, and their chosen course of action conveyed its own message. King Charles, aged 77, arrived at St George's Chapel alongside Queen Camilla, who wore a red hat and coat, and they were greeted by the Dean of Windsor, the Reverend Christopher Coxworth. They were accompanied by Prince William and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, along with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Catherine's attendance marked her first participation in the Easter Matins service in 3 years, having stepped back during her cancer treatment in 2024, with her family opting not to participate in 2025. Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, joined them with his son, as did Princess Anne with her husband Sir Timothy Lawrence. The BBC characterised the gathering as slightly slimmed down, a discrepancy that subtly indicated the absence of 4 well-known individuals: Andrew, Sarah Ferguson, Beatrice and Eugenie, all of whom had attended Easter just 1 year prior. A royal source cited by the BBC explained that Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie's absence from the service was a personal decision, sanctioned by the King, as the family navigates the repercussions stemming from Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein. This was not the inaugural instance of the princesses withdrawing from a significant royal gathering. as they also missed the Christmas church service in 2025 without their parents, indicating that this process of separation had been developing over several months. Another notable absence on Easter Sunday was not a person but a message. King Charles, holding the esteemed position of Supreme Governor of the Church of England, refrained from delivering an Easter message this year. For a monarch whose religious duties are foundational to his role, this silence was profoundly significant. What Charles and Camilla did share was a brief social media greeting. Despite the broader estrangement, a singular familial connection reportedly endured the broader freeze. According to The Sun, Prince Edward visited his isolated brother at the Sandringham estate in the week leading up Easter, marking the inaugural royal vizier Andrew in a period spanning 2 months. This extended period, without a single royal vizier, underscored the diminished standing of a man who was formerly a high-ranking working royal and widely considered the Queen's preferred son. Sunday's service carried additional weight as it represented the royal family's initial collective public engagement since Andrew's apprehension in February, signifying their presentation of a family composition that no longer encompassed his presence. The scrutiny surrounding Andrew exhibits no indications of abatement. King Charles is scheduled to undertake his inaugural state visit the United States as monarch later in April, where he is anticipated to address a joint meeting of Congress on April 28th. Ahead of that visit, the relatives of Jeffrey Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre publicly implored the monarch engage with survivors. Andrew, who reached an extrajudicial resolution with Giuffre in 2022 without any admission of culpability, asserted that he possessed no memory of encountering her. Sky Roberts, Giuffre's brother, conveyed BBC Nightline on February 4 that this represented a very vindicating moment for Virginia, emphasizing that she was not lying this entire time. Synthesizing these events, the narrative surrounding Easter 2026 emerges with considerable clarity. The former Duke of York, divested of his royal designation, dislodged from his residence, apprehended on his 66th birthday, subjected an active police inquiry, and now confronted with demands appear before the United States Congress, observed the principal Sunday within the Christian calendar in isolation, navigating a rural estate in a vehicle accompanied by 2 canine companions. His ex-wife remained absent, his daughters remained absent, and his brother, the king, attended church without him in Windsor, hours away. 1 year earlier, at Easter 2025, all 4 members of the York family had been part of the royal gathering. This year, the words used by royal expert Hilary Fordwich seemed to capture the situation with unparalleled accuracy, persona non grata, and there is no coming back for him. As King Charles prepares step on American soil for the most significant diplomatic visit of his reign, the communication emanating from Windsor on Easter Sunday was unequivocally clear the royal family is progressing, and Andrew is not included in their advancement.